Before we get started with today's video, if anybody wants to help support the channel, make sure to visit the Britpop Buzz Patreon page, and you can find a link in the description down below. Here you can find exclusive access to early access to the videos. You can get the opportunity to ask questions to any upcoming interviews we've got for any interviewers, and we've got some great people coming up for interviews. Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. And now recently I have acquired these first 4 issues of A Flavour of the Label. Now these were released by Parlaphone Records to showcase bands that they had on their label, or new and upcoming bands, and the releases that they were releasing at the time. Now I acquired these first 4 issues off eBay recently for £2.98. I'm not sure if that was a good deal or not, but these are in mint, and I mean mint, immaculate condition. They are like they've literally just been mailed to me today. But I know that they're up from eBay. Now, these started coming out here. If I'll go straight to issue 1. Now this issue was originally released in early 1995. Here in the corner it's advertising Man-Sized Rooster by Supergrass, which was released on February the 6th, 1995. And on issue 4, here, it is advertising Blur Stereotypes, released on February the 12th, and that was in 1996. So over the case of a year, there were 4 issues released. Now, there are more than 4 issues, I just don't have any more at this moment in time. And from the research I've been able to do on the internet, you've not only got these little newspapers, you've got them in a fancy envelope. I think you got posters with them, and also I think you got CDs with songs on with them. Now I did not get the CDs with mine, but I will be having a look out for them, and I will be looking out to get them for cheap. I am not paying a lot for them. So here we have issue 1. Now this is A Flavour of the Label, and it's got a massive Blur on picture, associated picture on the front, should I say. 2 of the biggest bands of the time in 1995, Blur and Supergrass, there on the front. Now, Supergrass hadn't released their first album yet. They'd only released a couple of singles, so it's advertising their tour there on the bottom. Release of Man-Sized Rooster, and also Blur. And the Brit Awards. Blur scooped the nominations for the Brits and the Brats. So Blur were very much in the forefront of the public eye at the moment in time. So Parlaphone was put in the press. Now opening it up, there are a few other bands that were on the label inside. We have Morrissey there, Beastie Boys, EMF. Now I don't think EMF were necessarily they were bigger in the early 90s than there was in 1995. You're not in the forefront of everyone's eye. But also you had another band here, Luscious Jackson there. And a little Strange Love here. If you recognise this picture, it's because I used it for the picture on my Strange Love Pickups video. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. Picked up a fair few Strange Love CDs in that. As you can see, several bands and artists covered inside. Blur again, so Blur consciously being pushed into the people's faces. And on the back, we've got big Radiohead section there. Ben's picture, great album. Then there's a Shampoo section there at the side. I'm not the biggest Shampoo fan. They were very poppy, very girl power before the Spice Girls. Yeah, they had their relations with menswear, hung out with menswear a bit, but no, I'm not the biggest Shampoo fan. I would only buy anything by Shampoo if it was very cheap. It has its place. Some people call it Britpop, some don't. To me, it's like on the outskirts, like the lightning seeds. They're there on the fringes of Britpop. At the bottom, we've got some manga being advertised there. So issue 1 had big bands, Blur, Radiohead, bands who were big at the time, Supergrass. That was issue 1. Flavour of the Label. Like I said, this looks like it came out early. Could have been end of January for issue 1. Put that there. Come on to issue 2. Supergrass are more prominent than Blur in issue 2. Now, one thing I didn't say before about these Flavour of the Labels was every issue seemed to have a different fruit associated with it. As you can see in the top corner there, different fruits. I'm not sure what this is. Oh, this is, but I know that's an apple, and this is a lime. So yeah, just sort of rhyming in with that flavour of the label there, putting a different fruit on there. A sort of advertising thing, I suppose. But like before I went off on a tangent there. Supergrass, this issue seems to be the big issue on Supergrass, whereas Blur was the first issue, talking about what they've done so far, a bit of history. If this came out before the 15th of May, before the album came out, I don't think they'd done a lot before, in 95 before this, so... But it talks about the EMF again on the front there, pushing EMF. Let's open this one up. Wow, lots of blue here. This one's actually got a letter from the editor inside, taking up more than half of that page. Pet Shop Boys at the bottom. A band called Spearhead at the bottom, right at the bottom there. I don't know who they are. I can't say I've ever listened to anything by Spearhead. Then we've got Everclear, Spearhead again. Beastie Boys, Strange Love. I do love Strange Love. If you haven't listened to any Strange Love, then I seriously go out and buy some, because very underrated, very storytelling songs, very good. Move on to the back, we've got Radiohead again with the album and the singles to do with the bands. Blur. So the bands that were more prominent in the first issue just pushed to the back page on the second issue. Radiohead. And then here at the bottom, it's telling you where you can go on the Parlaphone website. I can't imagine that was very high tech in 1995, but yeah, the flavour of the label fanzine. That yeah, slightly 3D aspect. Over 21 million people daily will be able to look at cover artwork and rare photos. If anything could handle 21 million people in 1995, I'd be surprised. It's got the fruit going on there again, similar to what this is on. So tied in with the website, and at the bottom it's got a full list of albums and singles available from all good record shops. So it's got a list of record shops down the bottom where you can buy Parlaphone material stuff. So yeah, that's issue 2. Issue 1 was Supergrass. Issue 2, sorry, Blur's issue 1, Supergrass issue 2. Then come to issue 3, the Apple, and it's Blur again, talking about the Great Escape. Blind Melon, the American band Foo Fighters, telling you how you can subscribe to the Blur fan club there. So for the 2 American bands scooped on the front there. Then inside again, we've got the same bands before. Supergrass, smaller section on the album there, telling you with singles that came off people's opinions of the album. I prefer the third album. Radiohead, Strange Love. Strange Love seems to be getting small sections in every issue. Radiohead, the bands. EMF keep cropping up, Strange Love keep cropping up. So yeah, Blind Melon again. A lot of attention going to Blur, Supergrass and Radiohead. Big Foo Fighters bit on the front, and then Supergrass and Blur again. Really pushing them 2 bands to the forefront of people's conscious if you subscribe to Flavour of the label. And we're going to finish on issue 4. That has got Supergrass again, telling you about Supergrass. I don't know what they could have told you that was different. This one came out at the beginning of 96, so this is a full year after the first one. I don't know what much changed for Supergrass. Blur, Stereotypes isn't out yet. Manson is starting to crop up here. This is the first mention of Manson. It wasn't in any of the first 3 issues. And Radiohead the band. So in issue 4 you've got the biggest bands out of the first 3 issues, and Manson cropping up there. Who else got? Oh, Sparkle Horse. This is interesting. We've got Sparkle Horse, Octopus. It's saying new for 96. So these are new bands that are coming out in 96. And Octopus are great. If you haven't checked Octopus out, definitely go give them a listen. Definitely different to what you expect a Britpop band to sound like. You've got Truly, Smoking Popes, not Pipes, Smoking Popes. So new for 96 in this issue. It's the beginning of 96, I expect that. Got Strange Love again, advertising a single there in the top right. We've got the band Cecil. Now Cecil, don't see much of them about. No one really talks about Cecil, but I can't say either I've gone out and listened to them myself, so it's maybe one for me to check out. Strange Love again, getting a bit more time. Pet Shop Boys. So a few new bands on the label there and a few old ones from the year before. Definitely Strange Love cropping up again. And on the back we've got Radiohead, Supergrass, and we've got some of the Beatles stuff. Now, I am not a very big Beatles fan, but in the 90s they were pushed back into the consciousness of every household in the country, and they were very prominent with their work. So yeah, that's the first issues of Flavour of the label that I acquired very cheaply, and I got them in mint crisp condition. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of Flavour of the label. Did you subscribe to Flavour of the label? Do you have any of the CDs yourself? And as always, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. And now this is David out, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.